Hey y'all, we're creating easy to do fall DIYs using mostly items you can find at Dollar Tree. If you would like additional fall inspiration, make sure to check out my fall series playlist link in my description box below. During the summer season, you can find these miniature baskets at Dollar Tree in their nautical section. To decorate this for the fall season, I'm using some fall leaf ribbon. This actually came from Hobby Lobby, but Dollar Tree carries some beautiful fall ribbon. We are simply going to hot glue this around the top of the basket. This literally took less than 5 minutes to make. It's the perfect size to hold these burlap miniature pumpkins with the clips on the bottom from Dollar Tree. For this quick and easy project, we're using one of these signs with the beaded hangers from Dollar Tree and some antique wax. I'm going to apply the antique wax to the frame and then take a wet wipe to blend it and spread it out. Don't forget to get the edges because sometimes these signs from Dollar Tree are not lined up straight. Once you have that completed, we're also going to use one of these wood word cutouts from Dollar Tree and apply the same antique wax and wipe that off. If you don't have a wet wipe, a wet napkin will do the exact same thing. We're also using a metal garden stake. You can find some at Dollar Tree, but this one actually came from Dollar General for $1. I'm going to wiggle that stake back and forth until it pops right out. And then this one had a tab on the back, so I'm going to take my 10 snips to cut that down and use some pliers to push it flat. We're going to take 2 of Dollar Tree's tumbling tower blocks as well as some Gorilla super glue to attach this to the back of our metal truck sign. If you've ever attached these wood pieces to the back of metal, they will not stay with just hot glue alone. You'll definitely need a permanent glue. To attach the tumbling tower blocks to the sign, you can use hot glue only. We're going to attach that in the center at the bottom. This is going to raise that truck up off of the sign, give it that 3D effect, and then we can add our woodward cutout to complete this project. For this project, we're using one of Dollar Tree's chalkboard signs. Now, because the top sticks out further than the bottom, we're going to take a piece of a paint stick that's the same thickness as that piece of wood at the top, hot glue this and place it at the bottom, so when you hang your sign up, it will sit flat on the wall. Grab some of Dollar Tree's wood word cutouts. They come in various different phrases. Pick the one of your choice. For this one, I'm going to use Farm Fresh, and I'm going to hot glue that to the top of the sign. You could paint it if you want to. I kept mine the original color because it matches the wood at the top of this sign. Using 3 of Dollar Tree's small styrofoam pumpkins, paint them the color of your choice. I have one that's white that I painted celery green in the ribs, one that's painted celery green, and another one that is painted pumpkin orange. We are going to remove the stems but save them because we're going to put them back on there later. We're going to take a cutting board and a utility knife. You'll want to cut your pumpkin past where the stem goes, so you're cutting less than half of that off, but don't throw that smaller piece away. You can use that in a project a little later on. Now we can replace our stem back into our pumpkin and do the exact same thing for the other 2 pumpkins. Once you have all of those cut and the stems replaced, we can now hot glue them to the bottom of the sign. You could leave it as is or hot glue some Dollar Tree Spanish moss around each of the pumpkins and towards the bottom to complete this project. I'm using one of Dollar Tree's wall art pieces. I love the color of the frame itself, but you could always paint it if you want to. We're going to remove everything from the inside, and we're using one of Dollar Tree's faux wood wallpaper. You're going to line that up with the glass where you want your design to be, trace that out with a marker, and cut that out. Then you can peel the backing off, and we're going to attach this to the glass, lining it up on one end, then peeling the backing off and pressing it down nice and smooth. Now we can insert this back into the frame and put our backing back on, and we're using one of Dollar Tree's sticker packs. This one says Gather Home. It also had another sticker on the back side. Now the gather portion of this is very delicate, and I accidentally ripped it, but that's okay. We're going to piece it back together, and you won't even notice that it was ripped. You just want to line it up with your original piece and make sure you press everything down nice and smooth. Now it does have a little bit of shine to it because it is a sticker, so if you want to, you could go over this with a layer of Mod Podge to kind of hide that sticker look. We are using one of Dollar Tree's plastic cutting boards. Now, if you have ever tried to paint these before, the paint does not want to stick to it. So I am gently going over this with a fine grit sandpaper just to rough it up a little bit. Then I'm going to wipe that clean. I'm using a piece of gorgeous fall scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. Line your design up where you want it to be, and using a craft stick, press firmly around the cutting board to create this indentation on the back. It's where the cutting board kind of sinks in just a little bit, and when you flip your paper over, you will easily be able to see where you need to cut it. Cut on the outside of that indentation, and I always like to make sure that it's going to fit before I go any further. I decided to paint my cutting board in a celery green chalk paint. Now, chalk paint will adhere better to this plastic than an acrylic paint. And I'm going to paint the handle as well as that raised portion on the outside and the edges with 2 coats. After allowing the paint to dry, I am applying a layer of Mod Podge right there where I want my scrapbook paper to be. You want to make sure you get it all the way to the edges. Then line your paper up and press it down firmly all the way around. To embellish this just a little bit, we're going to hot glue some twine around the handle and make it as thick as you want. Then we'll hot glue that in the back to hold it in place. Then I decided I wanted to take a piece of twine and tie a simple bow right in the front. Use a little bit of hot glue to make sure it stays in the center. Trim the ends down and add some natural wood beads to each of those ends of the bow. To hold that in place, you can use a little bit of hot glue if you cut your twine a little too short like I did. If not, you could just tie a knot at the end. You could leave it just as is, but I decided to trim it out with some twine right there where the scrapbook paper meets the cutting board. I hope you enjoyed today's projects, and if you have a favorite, let me know in the comment section down below. I always love to know which one is your favorite. If you would like some more fall inspiration, don't forget to check out my fall series playlist. The link to that's in my description box below. And if you haven't subscribed already, I would love for you to click that subscribe button right below the video. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Please take care, and I'll see you guys next time.